All right, so we're moving along. We're going to look at example 3 now. So example 3 wants us to sketch the graph. So sketch f of x equals 1 over x. And we want the tangent line at x equals 2. Part A. Based on the sketch, let's try to write an actual letter there. Based on the sketch, is f prime of 2 positive or negative? And then part B is one us to actually calculate the equation of the tangent line. At x equals 2. Okay, so let's sketch our graph of 1 over x. That's the reciprocal function, and its graph looks basically like this. This will have the point 1, 1 on it, and it'll have the point negative 1, negative 1 on it. So we're saying go out here to the point 2, and that's where we want to sketch our equation of a tangent line. It's out there at 2. So let's choose a color, and let's try to draw a graph that skims. We want to skim the graph of 1 over x. We want this point here, this blue line. We want it hitting the graph there at point x value 2. And if we put a 2 in for x, that would be 1 over 2. So the point it's touching at is 2.5. So x value 2, y value 1/2. That's where it bumps into the graph. All right, so let's answer what's going on here. So part A. Well, I sketched this line. The slope of the tangent line is f prime of 2. So this blue line here has a negative slope because it's higher to the left and lower to the right. So I would expect f prime of 2 to be negative. Again, the reason for that is because the slope of the tangent line is negative. So that's our answer to part A. We expect it to be negative. The slope of the tangent line is f prime of 2, so we'd expect f prime of 2 to be negative because the slope of the tangent line is negative. Part B wants us to find the equation of the tangent line at x equals 2. So our A value in this problem is 2. So we get y minus f of A, we're going to use 2 for A, equals f prime of A is 2, times x minus A, and again, A is 2. So we have to figure out what are these values. Well, f of 2, at 2, if I plug 2 into my function 1 over x, that becomes 1 over 2. So this right here, 1/2 is f of 2. So that's not too bad. The f prime of 2, though, that's going to be a little trickier. So let's calculate f prime of 2. And I'm going to use the a plus h minus f of a, all that over h. So we want f of 2 plus h minus f of 2, all that over h. So since 2 is a, let's go all the way back up here. It's f of a plus h, so f of 2 plus h minus f of 2, all that over h. I think I forgot the limit. Yeah, and I need limit as h goes to 0. So limit h goes to 0. All right, so let's do some scratch work. Let's figure out what is f of 2 plus h. Well, the function f of x is 1 over x, so this would just be 1 over 2 plus h. F of 2 would just be 1 over 2. So we'll put those together, and then we're going to have to start figuring out what's going on. We get 1 over 2 plus h minus 1 over 2, all that over h. So I think this needs a least common denominator, so I'm going to multiply this first term by 2 over 2, and I'm going to multiply the second term here by 2 plus h over 2 plus h. Then I will be able to combine these together. There's big division by h. There's going to be some stuff up there that's all over 2 plus h times 2. We could say 2 times 2 plus h. And the stuff up here is going to be 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1 times 2 plus h. So let the negative distribute. Okay, let's see here. And let's see, if the negatives distribute, we can see that that's going to be 2 minus 2, so the 2's will cancel, and we'll get negative h. So we get this. I'm going to view the bottom h as h over 1, so we can do keep, change, flip. And so we'll get that this is the limit as h approaches 0 of negative h over 2 times 2 plus h. Change the big division here to a multiply, and flip h over 1 to 1 over h. And we'll see this h and that h can cancel, and we will get the limit h approaches 0 of negative 1 over 2 times 2 plus h. If we let the h go to 0, then this is going to become negative 1 over 2 times 2, which is negative 1/4. So we did a bunch of work, and we got down to negative 1/4 is the derivative of 1 over x at x equals 2. So this is f prime of 2. F prime of 2 is negative 1/4. So back up here, we finally know that negative 1/4 replaces that. So to finish up, we just need to rewrite this equation nicer. So we'll just say rewrite, go down a little bit to where we have some space, and we'll rewrite it as y minus 1/2 equals f prime of 2 is negative 1/4 times x minus 2. And that is our equation of a tangent line. So we'll stop there.